Fang versus the Dragon Hunter Lance. Two legendary items that are used for bossing and slayer alike. But which one is better? Which one is more practical use? Which one gets faster kills? Which one gets longer trips? These are both things I intend to find out. So join me as we melee this blue dragon to death in old school RuneScape. Alrighty, let's get into it. So what we're first going to do is we're going to go over the Fang, or the poor man, or more budget setup. None of this stuff is cheap. It didn't really seem like anything is these days. And we're going to do it from top to bottom. We'll just go over every single slot for the poor man setup, and then we'll go over the more middleman setup. There's no rich setups here. I will not be rocking Torva for this. This is supposed to be a reasonable guide for someone just wanting to trying out Vorkath, meleeing Vorkath. Alright, and we'll address the void stuff later. We'll address that later. So first off and foremost, I own a Serpentine Visage. Alright, I have a Serpentine Helm and I have a Tanzanite Mutagen. I am required to use it at this guy. So that is going to be part of this setup no matter what. Alright. And then followed by that, we're going to go with the Fire Cape. Obviously, this is free, easy to get. Then the Salve Amulet, that's free and easy to get. Fighter Torso is free and gives you abs, but people are kind of weird about, doing Barbarian Assault. Like, there are people who will literally pay 10 mil to get carried to this item. Barbarian Assault is not bad. I have the Kandaren. Or which one? I think it's a Kandaren one. This one? We're going to double check real quick. I think this is the one where you have to do Barbarian Assault. Yes. No. Yes. Barbarian Assault. Give 5 in all of them. That was not that bad. I did that by myself. Didn't have to pay anybody to do it. I actually like Barbarian Assault. Maybe I'm weird. Who knows? Who knows? Either way, this is a free Bandos chestplate DPS increase. Alright? At the end of the day, that's what we're going for here. Alright, oh, and I forgot the Brothers Blessing. Any blessing will work. The blessings are cheap to free. Nothing to worry about there. All good there. Then we have the Fang. Fang is like 36 mil right now. It's more expensive than the Lance. So how does that make sense? That should make no sense, right? The cheaper setup shouldn't be using the more expensive weapon. Well, the Fang doesn't need anywhere near as much setup as the Lance. The Lance is like... It's like your firstborn child. You have to fully support that thing in order for it to do well. Maybe that's more of a second-born child thing. I don't know. And then you have the Dragon Fire Shield. This thing is only 2 mil. It's pretty easy to get. And just everywhere. And extremely good, especially with the Fang. It's extremely good. It's really good stuff. And then Tassets. There's no real in-between item from like Dragon Platelets or Obsidian Legs to Tassets. They're just way more expensive, and they just provide a good bonus. You can actually get a max hit or 2 out of them. Good stuff. Definitely way better than the 0 DPS increase from the Fighter Torso to the Bandos chestplate. Like, honestly, I would go Fighter Torso to Torva. If I was gonna be 100% honest. Fuck the Bandos chestplate. Unnecessary and irresponsible item to purchase. Then we're going Barrow's Gloves. Barrow's Gloves works great with this setup because the Fighter's Torso has a crazy amount of negative mage accuracy. So you'll want Barrow's Gloves to go with it so you can still cast your Slayer Staff. Or you could bring a ranged top switch. But I'm not doing that. And I don't imagine you want to do that either. Then you're going to bring your Dragon Boots, which are only 125k. And then you're going to bring your Berserker Ring. And for a grand total, all this is about 60 mil. Pretty reasonable. So if you only have 60 mil, not even 100 mil yet, then you can totally come into after this boss with this setup. Now, onto the middleman setup. Where we're going to use a lot of these items, but we're also going to swap out some. So we're going to start from top to bottom, at least as much as we can. Well, we're going to start with the Lance. The Lance is actually 3 mil cheaper than the Fang. So that's always nice. And then we can upgrade to the Bandos chestplate for 30 to 20 mil, depending on whether you paid for your fighter torso for 10 mil. And then the Avernic Defender will just go from 2 mil to 92 mil. Just a little 90 mil jump there, ladies and gentlemen. And then for 120-ish K for the Barrels gloves to an additional 10 mil for the Ferocious gloves. That seems worth. I mean, I'm keeping my Ferocious gloves. The Ferocious gloves are not that expensive, but still, they are much more expensive than Barrels gloves. And at least they're a bigger DPS upgrade than like Prims, and an actual DPS upgrade unlike the Bandos chestplate. So, they're pretty good. Pretty good. And Avernic is a pretty tiny upgrade too, but at least you're getting +2 strength for only 10 mil as opposed to 90 mil. Yeah. Crazy how expensive these little Avernics are now. Madness. The guys who are doing Tab, they are rolling in money. They are so much richer than all of us, and they should be. Tab is hard. And then Prims, the most expensive +1 strength upgrade you'll ever get. Well, you could argue it's less expensive than the Bandos chestplate because at least it actually possibly increases your DPS. And yeah, these are the two setups we're going to be rocking. We're going to be rocking... Oh, and I forgot one more thing. With this setup, we also need to bring a Bandos God Sword. That's an additional 22 mil. Just right on the top there. That you wouldn't have to bring for the other setup. Like I'm literally going to be using all those items. And these items. These are what I'll be using. And it'll be the difference between a... Oh, and you know how much all this stuff is going to be? From the 60 mil setup... To this other setup, it's going to be 229 mil. So it's going to cost nearly 4 times as much. And I can tell you right now, we're not going to be doing 4 times as many kills an hour. That's not happening. So that's what's next on the agenda. I'm going to do an hour of this, and then an hour of this. So I'll see you on the other side, gentlemen. Alright, and I said I was going to address the Elite Void issue here real quick. Elite Void is excellent. You should absolutely use it if you have the ability to. But we just need to address some stuff real quick first. Firstly, you will need a Dragon Hunter crossbow, which is 60 mil. Then you will need a Dragonfire Ward, which is 7 mil. And then you will need Dragonhide boots, tip egations, which is a 1 to 33 mil difference. And then you will need an Archer's ring to a Venator ring, which is a 3 to 115 mil difference. And obviously you'd be using your best assembler, Ava's device, and Dragon bolts. But and then you're also going to need 40 mil, which that means you'll be spending anywhere from 107 to about 260ish mil for all this stuff, because you need to buy rigor as well if you don't already have it, which is 40 mil. And then you're going to need to beat some diaries. You're going to want to have the Hard Kandarian and Hard Western Provinces diaries beat. Those provide bonuses to bolts, and they also allow you to equip Elite Void. It'll actually allow you to use it, which the reason why Elite Void is so good at Vorkath is because the Salve Amulet EI, which is another thing that you're going to need to get, which is pretty involved, and you need 800,000 Nightmare Zone points. It's just an insane item to imbue. It is a bit of a grind. You do have to go on multiple grinds to get this set up. You need to grind for Void, you need to do all the diaries, and then you need to also grind for a way to imbue your Salve Amulet EI. So there's a lot more to consider than just spending 107 to 260 mil. But it is super good. It is super worth it, but it's just not something we're focusing on today. Anyway, I just thought you guys would want to know that. Alrighty, this is the setup I'll be using. I'll be using a Divine Super Combat, Extended Super Anti-Fire, because I want to take actually 0 damage from Vorkath, because I want these trips to last as long as possible. I'll be starting off at 345 kills, so let's see how hard we can pump that up in an hour. I'll check in with you then, gentlemen. Alright, it has been an hour later, and I have gotten 20 kills. And that makes sense, because I have been having 2-minute to 3-minute kills, so on average 3.5 minutes, and I got a couple sub-minutes, a couple over 3 minutes, but mostly, if you look through here, we got like a 218 here, we got a 211, 221, 258, and there's a 158. So yeah, not gonna get PBs with this, but definitely you should get around a 2 to 3 minute kill, so it's pretty nice there. So that explains why we only got about 20 kills per hour, which is fine. I mean, I made over 2 mil doing that, so that's pretty good, pretty good. And I just wanted to just show you exactly how I was doing the kills here real quick. So what I would do for every single kill is I would Super Combat, now Extended Super Anti-Fire. Then I just click this guy. Turn on my prayers. I got Mage and Piety up. Let's attack him. I'd always step back and hit him because his auto attacks. And see, look, it did pink, so I gotta turn my prayer back on. All right, and he's gonna hit you with range attacks like that. So, but we have hella range defense, like ridiculous. And I can also just try to dump specs as frequently as I can. Oh, I hit it 60. Nice. And just dodge his moves like that. Oh, and then now we gotta walk a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna click on him, and you see the damage. And as soon as you see the damage, you just walk off, and then you come back. This is technically Wook's walking, but like a worse version of it. You just walk off, come back, see the XP, and then you just get right back into it. And you're practicing this the whole time. You can literally practice for the whole kill because you don't want to stand next to him because he melees hard, and we're not praying against melee at all. So we're just gonna bap him down. After he hit me with the pink, so I gotta turn my prayer back on. Oh, taking a little damage. All right. I generally refuse to eat while I'm attacking him. I'm gonna hit him like here's a good opportunity to heal. So I'm gonna equip my Slayer staff, kill this guy, eat a food, and then go back to attacking him. Ow! See, this is why you don't stand next to him. Melee. He'll just bap you. I'm still gonna refuse to eat during the kill because it'll slow you down a little bit. Oh, we came back a little soon there. Yeah, so this is a 3-tick weapon, so you got to be always moving. Okay, here we go. And then, all right, we're good. You can also eat during this phase if you want. Oh, we screwed up. Oh, Lord. Okay, that was the problem with eating because it delayed it. You know, just teaching. So I'm going to eat here. And then I'm going to come back, have a little prayer. All right. Ooh, man, we really messed that up. That's okay, though. That's okay. It's a big deal. I didn't usually mess that up. But that's okay. Next one will be flawless. Promise. And you can have potions as much during the kill. Potions don't add you a tick delay to your attacks. You can just keep whapping at them. Yeah, pretty easy. Up, and there's the blue fire, so we gotta get ready for the little xenomorph looking guy. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright. We just... Come on, die. Just die. Max hit, let's go! Alright. Easy 28, let's go. Look at this, thing barely misses. And I don't have an Avernic on or nothing. It's crazy. Oh, easy. Don't have to do that anymore. Yeah, and that's all I would do for every single kill. And see, that was a 2-minute and 30-second kill. That was literally a perfect kill. Time-wise, at least. Well, yeah, that's how you do this kill, do Vorkath with the budget setup. And it's pretty reasonable. Pretty quick, pretty reasonable kill times. And, you know, that don't take a lot of damage. Like, I only used a couple food and a couple sips of prayer pots. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, that's the setup I'd usually bring. I usually bring 4 prayer pots, full inventory of food with the super combat, and extended end fire. Now let's go do some kills with the middle class setup. Alrighty, where we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know. I think I might be bad at this because I only got 1 more kill an hour. I went from 20 kills an hour with the Fang and Dragonfire Shield with the 60 mil setup to 21 with this one. And this setup was definitely less fun. Way you have to think more and do more switches and stuff, and then be really mad when your Bandos God Sword misses twice in a row. It's fun. It's great. I love it. It's good stuff. But yeah, so I don't know. And I mean, I would get that. See, and it wouldn't even. So here's a 2.5-minute kill trip. I got some sub 1 minute. Yeah, there's a sub, but there's a 120. But I don't know. It was just super all over the place. It just. I don't know. It wasn't as consistent, obviously. But yeah, lots of close to 2 minutes. Yeah, 149, 145. So it's overall faster, but I think I had to take. So my kills were faster, but my trips weren't as long, and so I think that's what killed my time there was my trips. I was wook walking and stuff here. I'll show you. I'll show you how the kills I was doing. I'll just do one right now. Let's go. All right. Get my super combat going, get my super extended anti, and we're gonna double spec this thing. Watch this be huge. Oh, look at that! Look at that! There's a 0. Another 0. Awesome. Okay. We'll see how this goes. All right, hitting 54s. That's good. Okay. Gonna dodge that. All right. Oh, we're gonna do this now. Okay. Where's the little spawn? Zombified spawn. Okay, have some food. Put my lance back on. Poke. We're just gonna poke him. I'm just gonna stand here because this is a 4-tick. So it's You get punished more for walking off of them, so you have to take a little bit. That's probably why my trips weren't as long. But I'm not perfect at wooks walking, unfortunately. You'll see that. You'll see I'm not perfect at wooks walking. It's definitely a little bit of my hair. So let's put me to the test. Wooks walk. Wooks walk. And oh, that was a little bad. All right. That was better. Here we go. Yeah, we screwed it up a little bit. Not perfect, but it didn't take any damage at least. So that should make the kill a little faster, hopefully. And how you wooks walk, it's pretty. I can just demonstrate it right now. You just go, you walk back. Oh, well, we're gonna dodge. We had to dodge anyway. So as soon as you see the XP drop, turn around. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Okay, this perfectly. Oh, God. I may have screwed this up too. I might be dead. Hold up. All right, cool. Back to what I was saying. I'm just gonna, yeah, of course. All right. You walk away. Do this. Wait for the XP drop. There. Turn around, and then as soon as your character turns, click again. And then there. Then you're wooks walking. That's all you gotta do. As soon as your character turns around, click them. And then you see the XP drop. Oh, here we go. All right, we're gonna wait for a little clear spot here, right here. Ah, we screwed it up. Damn it. I'm healing him. Fudge! Oh my gosh. Alright, so we accomplished nothing. Excellent. Oh my lord, what a terrible kill. Alright. Did it. Perfect. Perfect. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go over some final thoughts here. I think in conclusion, overall, the cheaper setup felt better to me. It felt more consistent. I had longer trips, and it was only a little less kills per hour because of the greater trip length. 100%. And I felt like I was much safer. I took way less chip damage. I could focus more on the mechanics of the boss instead of like switching around and making sure I'm doing everything. Because almost every time I tried to switch my Bandos God Sword in the middle of a kill to try to get a little more damage on him so I could actually start hitting with my lance, it seemed like that's exactly when I would start to get screwed by the boss. So that made that overall less fun. And I definitely, if I was going to grind the crap out of Vorkath, I would either do it in the budget setup or in a full void setup. Both would be really good, but this would be the cheaper, more reasonable setup. Way more reasonable, because the Dragon Hunter crossbow costs the whole entire setup. Yeah, if you just start getting into Vorkath, definitely try this setup. And the only reasonable upgrade I would make is instead of using Dragon Boots, I would use Guardian Boots, purely because they give a ton of range defense, and you don't lose any max hits. So it's just a pure benefit as far as trip length. It also looks pretty good with Bandos Tacets, and they just look they're good looking boots. They got high def like the Pribs. So I would definitely, that's probably one of the few changes I would make is upgrade to Guardians. All right, that's it. You guys have a lovely day.
Let me in, I'm trying to fuck. Let me in, I'm trying to fuck.